Gemini, this is Star with Ariana. Start with your monthly forecast for January 2024. These are decks which are lined up, which I'm going to be using in course of your reading. In fact, these decks have been created by me, so in case you want to make a purchase, the link is given in the description box. Let's just understand what's in store for you in the new year, in the new month. The energy that you're carrying in from December 2023 into January 24 is the moon card. Possibly, you were someone who was very creative in those final days, but you were also dealing with some kind of confusion. The moon is supposed to be very temperamental because we have the changes which come about on account of the moon cycle. So definitely I think you were someone who was dealing with your moody self. You needed to get a grip on your emotions. Other than that, I also feel that you had a choice here. You had to decide between things, whether it was personally or professionally. Maybe some of you also wanted to travel, or you felt that you were back to square one. You also needed to follow your intuition. You also needed to stay calm and composed. You needed to listen to your inner voice. Maybe you were someone who was having prophetic dreams. I think while working also you needed to focus to avoid those distractions. If you're not paying attention, then your boss or your superior may have even hauled you up. Obstacles to overcome this month, or the challenges, I do have the death card. So from the moon to the death, there's going to be changes which are going to be instrumental in your life. In the new year, I think you need to understand that this is a transitional phase. I think there are going to be pressing matters that you have to attend to. Maybe you feel that things are not going as per plan, but settle for less. Something is always better than nothing. Embrace the change, like I said. Maybe you also need to have a heart-to-heart talk with those who are bothering you, whether at work or personally. Maybe you also need to escalate the issue, speak to your management or the administrator to have things under control in case you're already working. Sometimes, with this card, Page of Cups, I also feel that this is your overall energy for this month. Maybe you also need to withdraw from certain situations. Maybe you need to hold your tongue. This person's mouth is covered. That is why I think it is imperative for you to know when to speak and when not to speak. Others may feel that you're a bit narcissistic-like, but then I think to avoid competition with others, try not to speak out of turn. Paperwork will also increase. Maybe there could also be a question of ethics which could arise. So be clear when it comes to work or when it comes to financial matters. Maybe things are also going to be revealed as time goes by. This is for this month. I do have the King of Pentacles. So this is going to be a fruitful or profitable time in case you capitalize, because this is a material vibration. Maybe someone who is older than you or someone who has deep pockets is also going to be very supportive in your hour of need. But like I said, you need to be very careful. You need to be focused. In case you're signing any documents, you should read between the lines, because someone could also try to take undue advantage of you, try to fleece you. Maybe in case you're applying for a job also, Geminis, I think you should talk about your past experiences. Maybe you should talk about how you have got the wrong end of the stick, or you should talk about your sob story, because this is definitely going to work to your advantage. Maybe someone is kindly disposed towards you. In case you're working, I think you have to take the onus, you have to take charge. Maybe someone is not around, that is why you have to step up. Maybe time is also at a premium. You could be tested when it comes to your patience. Maybe you also need to deal with the malfunctioning gadgets, so be on your guards. Still, you're going to thrive despite all the circumstances that you find yourself in. These flowers are blossoming even in tough terrain. That is why I think you're going to be someone who is going to flourish and you're going to bloom like these flowers. The first 10 days of the month, I have the Five of Swords. Again, like I said, you need to be very careful or mindful of your words. So definitely you need to negotiate. You need to be someone who needs to use tact and diplomacy to get ahead when it comes to clients or while you're dealing with prospective buyers or patrons. Surprises are definitely in store for you. This five is also an energy which is asking you to be flexible because your schedule could go for a toss. You will complete a lot of tasks. Maybe sometimes you could also find that your ideas may not find any takers, so you need to review your work or your ideas. There could also be delays. Maybe you have certain plans on your mind, but it could take time for it to work out. Yet the universe is telling you to be persistent because you're going to thrive. I think you also need to look into your personal life. Maybe you could also be someone who is concerned on account of the health of a loved one. Nevertheless, I think in these 10 days you can also expect praise for your work or appreciation is on the cards. The next 10 days, that is 11 to 20th January, I do have the strength card. You know, you're going to be in a position of strength. You're going to be in control of situations. Surprises continue to be there. Unexpected money gains, or maybe your past due is also going to come in. Maybe you're also someone who has to deal with the government officials or someone who can assist you. They're also going to be kindly disposed towards you. Technical challenges could continue, maybe unavailability of gadgets, poor internet connectivity. Minor irritants apart, I think it is going to be a fruitful period for many Geminis at this time. Maybe in personal relationships, you shouldn't be too callous or too indifferent towards others. Maybe you're also going to reevaluate your relationships at this time. You think it is better to let go of those people who are always going to be energy suckers or energy vampires, or who don't value your presence. The final days of the month, that is 21st to 31st January, I do have the Four of Swords. Primarily, I think this is the time to retreat, to reevaluate your goals, to rethink your moves. Like this person, he's in meditative state despite the swords at his back. So that is why it is crucial at this time to hold your tongue, to not give anything away, to keep your cards close to your chest. There are people who are envious because you're very talented, Geminis, on the whole. Other than that, I think there could be calls for an interview. Maybe you are undecided. Maybe the offer is not very lucrative. It's going to be a really hectic period. This is a time when you need to attend to clients. You need to capitalize again. There could be threats at work, or there could be someone who is going to be unhappy with your work-related decisions, and that is why sabotage cannot be ruled out. So keep a backup of your data. Maybe you're somebody who is going to use your instinct to make gains or to make headway. In case you're in the leadership position, you're someone who is not going to brook any nonsense. You're going to give a piece of your mind to inefficient or tardy staff members. I think with Lenormand star, you're somebody who needs to keep to yourself, to focus on work, because you're going to climb the rungs up the ladder. We are also going to feel isolated with that Four of Swords, but Lenormand star does talk about the need for us to keep away from disturbing elements and to prioritize work. With respect to your love life, I do have this card, Kiss and Makeup. I think you need to resolve issues which are there with your person. Maybe there's been some kind of misunderstanding. There's no need to brush things under the carpet. You should apologize and move on, because ego has no place in relationships. Maybe misunderstandings have cropped up because of that Five of Swords. For some of you also feel that maybe you feel your relationship was not making any headway, or that you were being taken for a ride, or this person was a player. That is why you're going to move away from such a relationship. Maybe this person wants to bury the hatchet. You do have the card trust, so trust issues may crop up in some relationships this month, Geminis. Some of you could also be dealing with someone who is older than you, who has feelings for you. Maybe this person is also heavily loaded with that King of Pentacles. This person is also insecure because you do have your fair share of admirers. You do have options when it comes to the opposite sex. I also have this card, something is still missing for me, and I'm trying to figure out what that is. Maybe it could be that somebody who fancies you wants to retreat from the situation because he or she needs to come to terms with issues that he is facing. Maybe he needs to figure out what is it that is holding him back from forming a deeper connection with you, or what is it that is holding or preventing him from cementing the relationship. I think these could be inner child wounds. This person needs to address those issues. He needs to realize that trust is a factor here. He needs to get on with work also. Maybe he also needs to focus on financial affairs before he can have a stable relationship with you. The last message in this reading is Dove, which talks about peace. This is very interesting. Maybe you need to blow the pipe of peace. Maybe you should resolve issues, because these two cards are clearly saying that you need to offer the olive branch, or you need to make peace with others in case you have had misunderstandings or disagreements of some kind. Even in a working relationship, I think you need to negotiate, you need to be tactful, be diplomatic, so that you can benefit on account of the same. Again, like I said, Geminis, you're going to gain perspective. Things are definitely going to be revealed to you. It's going to be an eye-opener of sorts for you. So there is going to be clarity, and you will know how you should proceed, whether personally or professionally. I hope, Geminis, you liked your reading. This is Star with Ariana Stark. Do give us your feedback in the comment section. This is Ariana Stark signing off. Take care. Bye till the next time.